the Tango of Forgiveness. The streets of Buenos Aires. In the bustling heart of Buenos Aires, where tango music drifted from every corner cafe and the scent of fresh empanadas filled the air, lived Diego and Mateo, two brothers who had once been inseparable. They were sons of a shoemaker. From childhood, they worked side by side in their father's tiny workshop, cutting leather, hammering soles, and dreaming big dreams. But as they grew older, ambition pulled them in different directions. Mateo wanted to keep the family shop humble but steady. Diego dreamed of building a big shoe factory, selling across the country. One night, under the glow of street lamps, their argument exploded. "You think too small, hermano," Diego snapped. "And you think only of money, not of people," Mateo shot back. That night, Diego left the workshop, vowing never to return. The brothers stopped speaking. Years of silence. For years, the shoemaker's shop stood divided. Mateo stayed, keeping it small but honest, repairing neighbors' boots and sandals for fair prices. Diego opened his own shoe company across town, growing wealthy but distant. Their father grew old, heartbroken by their silence. "Life is too short for anger," he whispered often. But neither brother would bend. When their father passed away, they stood on opposite sides of the funeral, eyes lowered, words unsaid. And so, years rolled on. The stormy night. One rainy night, Mateo worked late in the shop, patching a child's school shoe. Suddenly, the door burst open. A group of boys staggered in, half-soaked, carrying someone. It was Diego. His fine clothes were torn, his face bruised. He had been attacked by thieves on his way home. The boys, recognizing him, had dragged him to the only open shop nearby his brother's. For a moment, Mateo froze. He was the brother who had turned his back, who hadn't spoken to him in years. His pride whispered, "Let him go. He chose this path." But another voice, the voice of his father, whispered louder, "Life is too short for anger." Mateo took a deep breath, helped Diego into a chair, and began to clean his wounds. The long-awaited words. When Diego finally opened his eyes, he saw his brother's familiar face, older now, lined with years of work, but gentle. "You helped me?" Diego asked weakly. Mateo smiled faintly. "Of course, you are my brother." Tears filled Diego's eyes, though he tried to hide them. "All these years, I let pride keep me away. I thought being right mattered more than being family. I was wrong." Mateo set aside his tools and put a hand on his brother's shoulder. "I was stubborn too, but it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that we still have time." In that quiet shoemaker's shop, with rain tapping on the windows, the two brothers forgave each other. A new beginning. From then on, they worked together again. Diego invested his wealth into the little shop, but Mateo insisted they keep their father's tradition: honest work, fair prices, shoes made with love. Soon, the shop became more than a business. It was a place where neighbors gathered, where stories were shared, where music sometimes played in the evenings as the brothers stitched side by side. And whenever they argued which still happened, as brothers do, they remembered that rainy night, because forgiveness had given them back something pride could never buy: family. Years later, a child once asked Diego why he and Mateo never stayed angry for long. Diego smiled and said, "Because anger builds walls, but forgiveness builds bridges. And bridges are what carry us back to the people we love." Moral of the story: forgiveness is stronger than pride. It heals wounds, restores relationships, and reminds us that love matters more than being right.